Hey, quasi farmers. It is the quasi random farm here yet again. Another day, another video. So today, I wanted to talk about DeWalt's 4.5 inch angle grinder and give you my opinion on that. Now, unfortunately, this one is not a 10 out of 10. This is not a highly recommended tool. I'm going to tell you what I like, I'm going to tell you what I don't like, and we'll see why. So to start off with, you've got a 4.5 inch disc here to cut metal. Now, that's not necessarily problematic. These little discs, you can get replacement ones very, very cheap, but I'm not entirely sure that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why shortly. So, replacing the discs is very, very easy. All you do is just give this a little turn, pop the disc out, slide another one in, lock it back. Nothing crazy there. Very easy, as most of their tools are. Now, you're going to use the tool by holding the handle with your left hand. You're going to use your right hand on the trigger here. You've got standard safety on and off to lock it so that you wouldn't accidentally activate the tool. Pretty basic stuff. The motion with it is very smooth, no issues there. The handle feels good. It's a good tool in that regard. Everything's functional as far as the ergonomics of it. You can hold it, utilize it very, very easy. Now, you're going to need to make sure you have basic safety equipment because this is a metal cutting tool, so sparks and things are going to fly off. That could be dangerous. So I'll always utilize gloves, I've got a full arm length sleeve guard that the lady of the farm got me so that I don't burn myself, which was very generous. And we're thankful. I'll also use goggles so that nothing gets in my eyes. Just some basic safety tips because this is a dangerous tool and you don't want to get hurt. But now here's what I do not like. So although I have not personally had one of these discs explode on me, I have read a tremendous amount of issues online where the discs don't seem to be made to the standards that DeWalt typically makes their tools. So you can get replacement discs very cheap online, which may be appealing. However, just think about that. If you're utilizing one of these angle grinders and the disc sporadically explodes as you're, cutting your sheet metal, that's not a good situation. You obviously do not want a disc exploding and having fragments and mess flying up all at you, getting in your face, your eyes, sticking in your hand, or anything crazy like that. That's not very safe. So that's a mark against the tool. Now, again, I personally have not had anything at all like that happen. However, in fairness, I have read a tremendous amount online where that is a pretty common occurrence with a lot of people with the newer discs. I don't know if they lowered quality standards, but that's not ideal. I don't want to read about a disc exploding and somebody getting hurt. That's just not good. So that's a strike against the tool. Another thing, I would not recommend getting a battery-powered angle grinder. Now, did not realize that prior to getting it, but I wouldn't do it. I haven't had issues with a lot of their batteries, and I haven't had issues with, other than with this tool, with batteries overheating or anything like that. Everything's been really good. I haven't had any kind of faulty equipment or anything. I've been very, very pleased. Now, an example with this tool. If I go to cut a piece of thin sheet metal, and we're talking about something like an 8x3, so 3 feet wide piece of sheet metal, very, very, very thin, and I go to cut through that thing, that's not really that much work in the grand scheme. However, the battery gets physically hot to the touch, and the tool depletes that energy almost immediately, even with a higher AH battery, so we're not talking just the standard introductory battery. Even one of the better one or more longer life batteries, it still depletes the thing really, really rapidly. And that's not good. I don't like that. It doesn't appeal to me. And now you might say, well, you can run and charge the battery again. Well, in theory, sure. But the battery's really, really hot to the touch. So when the hot-cold indicator comes on when you plug the battery up, it actually will not recharge. You may need to wait 15 to 20 minutes, give that battery time to cool off. Then your charger can start charging the battery. But think about the long-term consequences of that. You do not want a lithium battery to get excessively hot or excessively cold because it'll damage it. And most people want their tools and equipment to last. So this thing is not a testament to lasting batteries. This thing is not a testament to lasting discs, which I'm not sure there's going to be a perfect solution with a metal cutting tool anyway, or an angle grinder, but it is what it is. Personal opinion. So the metal shear cutting tool, which I've done a review on already, that may be a better option long term for any of your metal cutting needs. And these discs that you, again, can get really, really cheap replacements, I'm not sure that's ideal. If I could pay a little bit more and have a higher quality disc that I'm not reading about having faulty issues where the thing explodes on you, I think that would make me feel a little bit better than saving 50 cents on a disc and it exploding. So I don't really like that. And again, I don't like the fact that it depletes the battery so rapidly that it ends up having hot-cold issues and you're basically causing long-term damage to your batteries. I wouldn't want a situation where I'm, again, saving 50 cents on a disc and then I'm spending $100 getting a replacement battery every other month. That wouldn't really balance out to make any kind of economical sense. So as it sits right now, not a recommended tool. Quite frankly, I would get a pneumatic one, plug it into the wall, and do your metal cutting wherever you have that power outlet. If it's in the tool shed, if you run a drop cord outside from the kitchen or whatever you got going on, I think that would make more long-term sense. Now, I understand, that's not as convenient. Obviously, having something like this with a battery, if you're running 6 acres out into the field and doing all kind of crazy work on your homestead or whatever, battery-powered tools obviously have their place. I very much so like and prefer battery-powered tools. I like that flexibility. I like to be able to run out into the middle of nowhere and do what I'm doing right there without having to constantly back and forth. However, I don't want to cause long-term damage to my equipment simply by utilizing a piece of equipment as it's seemingly intended to be utilized. That doesn't bode well. But that's what I got on this one. Do not recommend. Again, personally not had any issues, but reading about faulty discs, that's a little scary. Again, you don't want to get hurt. Nobody wants any issues where they have an accident or anything and have to go to the hospital. That's not good. I also don't want to replace my batteries every other month from overheating damage to the lithium battery. That also is not ideal in any circumstance. But the tool, it's convenient and it's practical and highly utilizable in the sense that it is as far as the design of it. It's functional. But I'm just not sure that a battery-powered angle grinder, just because I guess its power needs, I'm not sure that that's really practical. I think pneumatic would just make more sense. But that's just, you got all the farm to go. Go away, chicken. Go away. I'm just not sure that makes that much sense for the battery-powered tool. I think it's really risky and it just not as ideal as a pneumatic one in this circumstance. But other than this tool, I really, really enjoy DeWalt's tools. They're really well made. I love the 20 volt max lineup. They're good stuff. Just not a high power demanding angle grinder. Would not buy this again if I had the opportunity, or if I didn't have it and I needed something, I would come up with something else. I would not utilize this. Now I have it and I have replacement discs, so I'm going to use what I got, but would not go this route. That's just my opinion and warning, and I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you have any other suggestions, comments, concerns, if anybody has a better idea, if anybody has a better solution for metal cutting needs, absolutely let me know. We love ideas. We love suggestions. Please like, share, and subscribe. That really, really helps us out. Any kind of commentary that anybody's got, we really, really appreciate it. But that's all for today from the Quasi-Random Farm, and I hope everybody has an excellent day. And we will see you guys next time. This was our review of DeWalt's 20 volt max 4.5 inch angle grinder or metal cutting tool. Pretty exciting stuff. Just not recommended. But that's all. I hope everybody has a good day. Bye bye.